Hello, second graders, and welcome to EL Lesson 27. I hope you are doing well in 2021. We are in the first month of a new year, so I hope you are all having a happy new year. All right, today we continue to work out of our purple module books, or if you do not have one, Google Classroom, pen and paper. Definitely important to write things down and draw pictures to show evidence of your work. Just like paleontologists are looking for evidence of past creatures and life. All right, today we're going to be reading from a new textbook, Paleontology, the study of prehistoric life. The study of prehistoric life. Now, this means prehistory, before human beings even walked the earth. And here you can see a fossil in the dirt here. All right. We've been talking about the tools paleontologists use. So here's another text that goes on to talk more about that. The Paleontologists Tools. Whether they are in the field or in the laboratory, paleontologists use special tools to do their work. And here's a picture of paleontologists doing their work. In the field, those who hunt for large fossils sometimes use picks and crowbars to pry apart chunks of rock. As they get nearer to the fossils, they must be careful not to damage or break fossils. Therefore, they use smaller tools such as, here they're listing them, rock hammers, brooms, and paintbrushes to clear rock particles away. And here it says for the picture, one large rock might contain hundreds of fossils. How cool would that be to find hundreds of fossils in one rock? From the field to the lab, uncovering fossils that are buried in the earth is challenging work. Bringing them back to the lab can be even more of a challenge. Here we are, you should be with me, under large. Large fossils in particular require special preparation before they are moved. New sentence, you're with me here. This is so they do not break before reaching the lab. Could you imagine if they broke? Here we are, field workers. Field workers cover the fossils in damp tissue paper or aluminum foil. Next, they soak burlap strips in plaster and wrap the fossils. So there's a whole process to this. There's steps. When the plaster dries, it is safe to transport them. All of that has to happen out at the site. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness, here's a picture. Microscopes are important tools for paleontologists. What do microscopes help us do? What do microscopes help us do? They help us to see better. They can really focus down and see. They magnify. They make something larger for us to see easier. Here we go. Once the fossils reach the laboratory, workers use pliers and saws to remove them from the plaster. They use tiny jackhammers, oh my goodness, and picks to clean the grit away. Dental tools help clean tiny crevices, wow, that are hard to reach. Here I am. See how it's a new sentence? There's a capital letter. Workers use special glue to stick broken pieces together. New paragraph. To identify, okay? New paragraph. To identify the tiniest fossils, paleontologists use powerful scanning electron microscopes. Wow. These can show the surfaces of fossilized pollen grains and even bacteria. Studying pollen can help scientists learn what kind of plants grew and their role in that prehistoric ecosystem. What is an ecosystem? It's the world around us. What is in our ecosystem? What do we have? We have trees, we have sun, we have sky, we have mountains, we have oxygen. Oh my goodness, look at this. In this photo, this is like a woolly mammoth, the tusk of some sort of prehistoric animal. Wow, look at that. Sometimes paleontologists are very creative in their tool choices. In 1997, a huge mammoth was discovered in Russia's frozen earth. To get it safely to a lab, scientists first dug around the animal. Next, they had a helicopter transport the chunk of earth that contained the mammoth. After the lab workers removed the ice and soil, they used hair dryers, like you use at home, to slowly thaw the ancient beast. All of this attention kept the mammoth from falling apart before it was studied. Yeah, they really do have to be creative, especially in how they transport them. Because as you know, if you've ever moved before, things can break. Wow. That was really interesting. From the textbook, again, this is nonfiction. Really good details. More details about how paleontologists use tools. And we've been talking in Miss Fine's class about what details are. What are details? Let me write, I can write it right here on our page that we're going to work on. When I talk about details, what do I mean? When I mean I want details. D-E-T-A-I-L-S. What does Miss Fine mean? When we were just looking at pages 33 through 36, there was a lot of details about how paleontologists use tools. Can you talk about that, please, in small groups? I'd like you to learn how to articulate that. So I'll give you an example. I read today that paleontologists have to be creative and even use hairbrushes to dry off the creatures they find. I also learned there's a huge process involved before they can even move a fossil. Okay, so that is what I mean by details. Giving me examples, giving Ms. Zhang examples. We are looking at page 77 today, okay? Or if you don't have it, please get a piece of paper and a pencil, because it's very important that you practice writing. And I know that I and Ms. Zhang want to see evidence of your work. Just like scientists have to show evidence, okay? That they have to check for authenticity. They have to make sure it's not a fake. So they really have to make sure that they protect it. Remember, they take photographs. All right, let's take a look at our learning target. We're gonna talk in small groups. I can answer questions about a paleontologist's tools using key details in the text. Paleontology, the study of prehistoric life. And that is the book that I introduced to you today. You need to be able to talk about details we read about today. And you can always go back and pause this video, okay? And reread it with me. So what do paleontologists do? They study for fossils, right? We're going to be recording some information about tools that they use for fossils. So let me have my pen and paper out, and I'll get a new paper. I'll just get a paper with lines on it. And we're going to come up with some ideas about how paleontologists use tools. So we're going to do that in small groups, but I'm going to need your voices. So I'll be taking notes when we meet in small groups. On page 77, we're going to be doing a paragraph, creating a paragraph. together about how paleontologists use tools to study fossils. So I can begin the sentence like this with the word paleontologist. And remember, the word paleontologist is right at the top of your page. So you can write the word paleontologist to start, because that's the subject of our sentence. We're going to write 3 words to get started today. Paleontologists use tools. We're going to stop there. If you want to get started in drawing one of the tools, I heard some new tools today. I heard tiny jackhammer. I heard hair dryer. I heard magnifying glass. What other kinds of tools did we read about today? We're going to be talking more about this in small groups, but get started on page 77, starting with this word. And again, it's right here at the top. But we need to start our sentence with the subject. The subject of our sentence are paleontologists. And who are they? Who are they? Are they just regular people? No, they're scientists that study what? Our big word, fossils. They study fossils. All right, thank you for your attention as always. Go and do some work. Just like scientists, they have to work, and so do you. So I will see you next time. Bye-bye.